Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and I'm speaking with Lynne Jackson about the Dred Scott Reconciliation Conference put on by the Dred Scott Heritage Foundation, of which you're the president, and the great-great-granddaughter of Dred Scott himself.
Yes, it's quite an honor, trust me.
I know. I can only imagine. It's an honor for us to have you here. So let's talk about this event coming up, open to the public. It's in St. Louis, Missouri, the first week of December. Is that right?
Yes, on December 3rd, which is a Saturday, we're going to have our first Dred Scott Reconciliation Conference. And I want to clarify, because a lot of people that know what we do know that we've had Dred Scott Reconciliation Forums in Marshfield, Missouri for 6 years. But this is the first time in St. Louis, and it's an all-day conference. It'll be held at the Hilton Frontenac. It starts at 8:30. Registration goes from 9 to 4. But the exciting thing about it is that we're going to bring together a group that we call the Dred Scott Sons and Daughters of Reconciliation. Now, these are just a few of them, but at that conference, you will get to meet and hear from the descendants of Thomas Jefferson, Jefferson Davis, Peter Blow, the family that owned Dred Scott, Dred Scott's family, and also the Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, who read the Dred Scott case.
So how much effort goes into, I can only imagine, finding these people, and are they already a part of the Dred Scott Heritage Foundation? Are they working with you already?
Yes, they are. They absolutely are. And some of us have been working together for maybe 8 years, and some just this year. But it's a wonderful group of people, and what's exciting about it is that we're trying to show in the 21st century how the descendants of those in the 19th century are trying to work together to make a difference. And the thing is, some people will say, well, I don't know if I want to meet those people, and you have to meet them. Because in their own rights, they're all doing things. Now, the Thomas Jefferson descendant is going to be the one from Sally Heming this time, but we also know his cousin, who's from Martha, the wife of Thomas Jefferson. And the stories are just incredible. So we're going to have them speak. We're going to have a panel. We also have 2 other speakers coming in. JT, we call him JT, Jonathan Tremaine Thomas, is from St. Louis, and he was instrumental in Ferguson in 2014 and 15. And Pastor Sylvester Turner, who's from Richmond, Virginia. And he does reconciliation work all over the globe. And he has a very unique perspective on that.
So what is the reconciliation that occurs, and what's the focus of the event?
The focus of the event is to show that each one of us has I call it a God-given gift, something to do, a purpose. And we didn't know each other, but we all kind of crossed paths, some of us at the forum. And the fact that we're able to work together, the fact that there's not hatred among us, the fact that their families are willing to help to right some wrongs that they may feel that their families have participated in. This is what people want. And when they see it, they go, let me see first, you know. So come and see. That's what we're saying. Come and see.
And do you feel a weight of importance, all of you, I would imagine, in carrying this history forward, but also being a part of the change of history?
Well, yes, certainly.
That started back then. That's
right. Well, we do, because, you know, clearly you have Jefferson Davis's descendants who have to deal with the Confederate flag issue that we just had. We'll talk about that a bit. We also have Taney, whose statues are being removed in Maryland and up east. So there's some serious things that are happening, and yet these families are facing it in a way that will really surprise you. So not to give it all away, but the conference is going to be very uplifting.
So let's talk about you a little bit, because you're involved in really important work across the country. Grade schools, elementary school children are still studying, in high schools, the Dred Scott case and the importance to our slavery history. You're going out and speaking to many students across the country, and others.
Students as well as organizations. If I may just put this in here, it's very humbling, but I received the Medal of Honor from the Daughters of the American Revolution. And for those who know that history, this is a big deal, because Marian Anderson was a famous opera singer who was not allowed to sing in their Constitution Hall. And Eleanor Roosevelt allowed her to sing at the Lincoln Memorial in reparation of that, if you will. And yet that honor, that medal that was given to me because of the work of Dred Scott, is a great reconciliation effort on their part to show that the women who are living today are not their great-grandmothers.
Absolutely. So you're in demand and spend a lot of time traveling, speaking, bringing some sense to and relevance to
Right,
today.
and really education. You know, we mentioned commemoration, education, reconciliation. They all overlap so very much, but education is the real heart of it and the real key, because when people recognize that the Blow family helped pay for Dred Scott's cases, the Blow family helped bury him. They did things that, and this is not the only family that had that blessing. Other slave families helped their slaves in time, but those stories don't get told.
Right.
So we're trying to balance it, if you will, to let people know that it's a broad story, but it has a lot of parts to it.
And we can hear more about it at the Reconciliation Conference.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really
sure.
great. So thank you so much. For more information on the Dred Scott Reconciliation Conference, visit the DredScottFoundation.org. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.